Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Beer Garden. In this episode, I will, along with Sarah, Steve, Joe, and myself, we will be talking about the night race card on this Wednesday at Happy Valley. Luckily, the weather in Hong Kong is getting very better and better, and the weather is very fine now. So the ground will be good on this Wednesday. So first of all, we will be talking about our triple trio selections, followed by our best bet and value bet. So let's jump to the first leg of the triple trio, race 5, class 4 over 1,000 meters. Sarah, do you have any best bet here?
I like the 11 here, Fairbolt, who's coming in. He got the booking of Barrera. He's also my best bet as well in this card. Jumping from barrier 4, he's been really closing in on this win. Coming down to this 1,000 meters, he's really going to have to shift into gear a bit quicker than what we have been seeing. He has really impressive resumes. He's great form against some really tough horses. We do have a lot of upfront speed here in this race, but I think with that barrier draw, he's going to be able to kind of position himself nicely in this field, and we'll see. I just think the booking of Moreira is going to be very strong. I don't know if you're going to get the best value on him as far as your odds. I believe he might be the morning line favorite at this point, but I'm really looking forward to see how this horse is going to take on this with such a short distance, so he has to make his move fairly quickly here. So that is the 11 Fairbolt.
Yeah, definitely. Number 11 Fairbolt in race 5 will be Sarah's best bet. The price currently is 3.7, but I also agree that he is having a really great chance with Joe Moreira on board. So Steve, do you agree with Sarah?
Yeah, I did actually. I went for Fairbolt. It almost looks too simple, doesn't it? His form figures 5-4-3-2. Will he win? Who knows? He's hard to win with, that's for sure. But I've picked him the last 2 or 3 times, so I just don't really want to desert him. I think Super Commander's got a chance. Oversubscribed has a chance, but I don't see the drop down to 1,000 meters being a problem. He's been over the 1,200 for the last, I think, 3 times, but I don't think the minimum trip will affect Fairbolt. So hopefully Joe Moreira can get him over the line on this occasion.
So Steve agrees with Sarah that 11 Fairbolt is having quite a good chance because jumping from gates 4, I also think that he can take advantage of the good draw. So Joe, do you like another fast horse in this race?
Yeah, I took Multimore 12 down the bottom, only carrying 52. I haven't seen Dylan Moe lately, so Dylan Moe gets the ride here, and he's gonna take some more weight off, so he's gonna be 51 kgs. You look back at all of his other starts have been really terrible, and then all of a sudden when he started the season, started this year, he turned a corner somehow because he won the first race and then got 4th at Sha Tin the second time out. So I think he's up in the class. He's going to go up to a class 4. A lot of debutantes in this race as well, and I'd really be careful. Number 5, Zach Purton, Noble One, because Zach Purton seems to be getting these debutantes home, especially when they, their first time out. It's really crazy. They've been winning, but I took a little bit of a value. Took the horse with the pole position, which is draw number 1, Multimore, and he's in form, and he's had some decent price. He's currently about $9.30. So yeah, number 12 Multimore for me.
Yeah, that's an interesting selection, Joe. Number 12, Multimore. He's quite a good horse. He won on last time out over in seasonal debuts over the course and distance in the class 5. He's a good horse with really good gate speed. So I also think he is having quite a good chance. And for me, I will go to select number 9, Famos, because I selected him as my value bet last time out, and he finished 3rd over the same course and distance. In this race 5 that we just mentioned, that the pace will be very fast, because usually in a 1,000 meters race at Happy Valley, the pace will be fast with a lot of fast horses here. So Famos jumping from gate 9 this time, he may stay in the midfield or stay in the back, but a really good horse that he is progressing quite well, and I think that he will be improving. And then last time out, because he chased quite well to finish 3rd, and this time also ridden by Anton Hamilton, so I will be looking forward to him. So I will select number 9, Famos, in race 5. So to recap the first leg of the triple trio, Sarah has her value bet number 11 Firebolt. Steve also likes number 11 Firebolt. For Joe, he likes number 12 Multimore, and I will go for number 9 Famos. And let's jump to the second leg of the triple trio, race 6. It is a class 3 over 1650 meters. Sarah, who do you like?
I like the 2 here, Majestic Victory. Another Marrera horse I'm taking, so hopefully he will bring me some luck this meet at Happy Valley. He's jumping out of barrier 8, which I think he can overcome. It's a bit of a wide draw, as this is only a 9-horse field, so he gets one of the widest. I think it's a really wide open race here. There's just so many cases you can make, I feel like, for each one of these horses, but I kind of stuck there with Majestic Victory. I feel like he's going to sit right off the hip of, I see Exceptionally Nice, the 5 here, going to the lead, and I do see Majestic Victory sitting right off there, kind of chasing the pace there with him, and then really closing in strong come the stretch. We haven't seen him at Happy Valley since October. He's been doing quite nicely at Charene, and he did just fine really at Happy Valley, where we saw him in October, and he got a 4th place behind some really tough company. So I'm assuming that he should come back in quite some good form here. And we'll see how he does with this race. It's a tough one. I felt like this race was really tough.
Yes, I agree that it's because race 6 will be a field of 9, but it doesn't mean that it is easy. So number 2, Majestic Victory will be Sara's selection. He will be ridden by Joe Moreira, and I agree that he can be staying in a great position despite from gate 8, I believe, in Joe Moreira as well. And Steve, how about you? Who do you like in race 6?
Sarah says really tough race, 9 runners, but hard to rule anything out. Even the frustrating exceptional Nice, who's still waiting for a win after 20 starts. I went for number 9, the Anomaly, drawn 7 under Matthew Chadwick. He caused a shock win, didn't he? On debut, he was like 63-1 over the 1200 meters, and he's putting together a sequence of very good efforts recently. He's never won at this trip. It's still to be proven over the 1650, but I think he's getting more and more closer to a win at this distance. So I'll take the Anomaly to win again.
Yeah, I agree that number 9, the Anomaly, is definitely a great horse. He won on debut, showing some of his potential. And this time, I also think that after jumping from gate 7, he can still lead because there is no leader in this field. And how about you, Joe? Who do you like in race 6?
Yeah, just to touch a little bit on Sarah's, actually saying it's wide open. It really is, because right now the field's paying $5. So $5 is the favorite right now, and then you have Dr. Winning, who is what I picked, number 7, and you have Exceptionally Nice, who is 5. Okay, so Dr. Winning's 5.1 and Exceptionally Nice is $5. That's how close the favoritism is in this race, and how big of a price you're going to get. But I think Dr. Winning, every time I've seen him not be on him, he wins, and then every time I'm on him, he doesn't win. So he's a kind of an enigma for me, but he's been on different prices and has won at like sort of the favorite odds. So he's beat a lot of these, Viva Hunter, Glorious Lover. So I think the form's there. Karis Teton, like, he has a 2nd, a 6th, and a 1st. So his first win, he's got him, or he won on him. And then after that, he's still kind of in form, but he did go on the higher distance of the higher trip at 1800 the last time out. So I think he'll do it again. I think he'll bounce back here, getting a win, especially with not carrying that much weight compared to the others. So Dr. Winning, number 7 for me.
Yeah, right. Number 7, Dr. Winning, will just carry 119 pounds, which will be very favorable for his riding tactic, that he will be coming from the back. And hopefully he can overcome the slow pace. And for me, I really agree that nearly 9 contenders in this field having quite good chances. So I will go for the current favorites. Currently, he's the favorites, number 5, Exceptional Nice. But I don't think that he will still be the favorite on Wednesday. I will go for him because he is still a maiden in Hong Kong, although he is always getting very, very close recently. But this time returning back to 1650 meters, I think that this trip will be his best distance in Hong Kong. So this time we just mentioned that there is lack of pace in this race. There is no leader. So maybe Exceptional Nice, jumping from gate 9, he can still stay in a good position. Hopefully he can take advantage of the slow pace to see whether he can grab this chance to break the maiden in Hong Kong. draw. So to recap, race 6, the second leg of triple trio, Sara goes for number 2, Majestic Victory. Steve likes number 9, The Anomaly. Joe goes for number 7, Dr. Winning. And I will go for number 5, Exceptional Nice. So to the final leg of the triple trio, race 7, it is a class 4 race over 1200 meters. Sara, who will you go for?
I like the 2 here, Bingo Bingo. He's jumping out of barrier 1, which I think suits this horse quite perfectly here. We've seen him just have this consistent improvement and all of his races. He has 2 fourth place finishes back to back, and he has a win at Happy Valley over the 1200 meters back in February, which he put on quite a performance in that race. And then just his performance that he put on in the stretch was really exceptional. And I think that's really makes this horse stand out quite a bit. And then to come back, he's really been trying. I just think this horse might be a bit of a question mark, but I think that we can see a lot out of him here. We get Teton booked aboard him, which I think is going to be quite nice to see how Karis Teton really handles this horse. We'll see how he does. Like I said, I think the biggest thing that really set this horse up perfectly is that barrier draw. He likes that interior, performs well as that interior. So we'll see if we can get a second win out of this horse.
Yeah, definitely. I think that gate 1 will be very important for Bingo Bingo number 2 because he can get the rail, which will be his favorite riding tactic. So I will also looking forward to him. And how about you, Steve? Who do you like in race 7?
Yeah, I like Bingo Bingo. I just went for Sure Joyful instead. He's unexposed. He was 105 to 1 on debut when he was third to Bingo Bingo. And he had a bad draw that day. He was drawing it out in barrier 11. He's better off at the weights this time with Bingo Bingo. So he's entitled to go close, maybe reverse the form. And he's certainly unexposed. So after 2 starts. So he's an interesting horse. Whether Bingo Bingo uses his experience to win, who knows. But I'll take Sure Joyful under Joe Moreira for Rookie U. Interesting race as well. There's other horses to consider, including Gang of Brothers. I think I tipped it on its second run. I think you, Charene, might have tipped it last time as well on its third run when it was second. So interesting horse, but drawn out in 12 today. Zach Purton will need all his skill. And poor old Whiskey Neat still waiting on that first win. This time, Alfie Chan has the responsibility to try and get him home. But for me, yes, Sure Joyful to win on his third start.
Yeah, I agree with Steve that some of the strong horses in this field drawn wide, so maybe a very competitive race here. So number 6, Sure Joyful will be Steve's selection because this time I think that ridden by Joe Moreira, he can have some good performance, I believe, and also he's progressing well, and also this time the gate is slightly better than his last 2 starts. So looking forward to him as well. And Joe, how about you? Who will you go for in race 7?
Yeah, I went for Bingo Bingo number 2. The pole position is what attracted me to him out of everybody, and he is currently the favorite, especially with Daniel Moore, who's had a win with him on when he first rode him, and then now he's gone and hasn't ridden him since. But I think that Karis Teton's a good replacement for him, and he had Vincent Ho the last time out against with Like That in that race, but he hasn't been too far off. He's only been off by a length and a half both times after that. And I think with draw number 1, especially a Happy Valley, is something that you'd want to be in the 1200 meter race. So everything else looks like, yeah, it is. I think he just has enough gate speed to overcome or to take advantage of the draw. Especially being a little bit on the pace. You're going to have Whiskey Neat and Super Axiom probably going to, press the pace a little bit. But draw number 1, Bingo Bingo for me, number 2.
Yeah, so one more vote for Bingo Bingo because this time jumping from gate 1, he may not be leading. Maybe he will be staying behind the leaders. Once he can get a clear one in the home stretch, he will have a chance to win. And for me, I will have my best bet in race 7. I like number 11, Durham Star, because in this season, I think this horse is doing quite well after joining Dallas White Stable. He is still improving. And also we discovered that the most suitable trip for him will be 1200 meters. So this time it is good to see that returning back to 1200 meters because last time he didn't perform really well over 1400. Maybe it is too long for him. So this time going back to this distance, I will be looking forward to him. And another reason I select him as my best bet will be because of the draw, because Durham Star this time will be jumping from gate 4. So I agreed. I think that he can stay in a great position because last time he was jumping wide and he lose the chance because he could not find a good position. And this time Lyle Harrison on board, I will be having him number 11 Durham Star as my best bet. So to recap the final leg of the triple trio, race 7, Sara and Joe will go for number 2 Bingo Bingo. Steve likes number 6 Sure Joyful, and my best bet in this race will be number 11 Durham Star. So after talking about the triple trio, let's talk about our best bet. Sara, can you tell us again who will be your best bet?
Yes, my best bet is 11 Fairbolt in race 5. I just think the booking of Marrero, we're going to see quite a nice ride here out of him. He's closing in on a win, and I think dropping down to that 1,000-meter distance, we're going to see something quite nice out of him. This is really another tough race here, but there's a lot of upfront speed, and I think we're going to see Marrero really challenge this horse and to show what he can do. So we'll see. I mean, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Like I said, this is a tough one, and this horse has a lot of consistency and improvement we've been seeing over the field. So that is the 11 Fairbolt in race 5.
Yeah, so Sara's best bet, race 5, number 11 Fairbolt. I think that this time going back to this distance will be the most suitable for the horse. And Steve, how about you? Who will be your best bet on this Wednesday?
I went to race 4, a nice race over 1,800 metres, and I took number 3, Savaquin, a small but select field here. And a nice horse, the son of Savabeel, yet to win this season, but shaped well in recent starts, including a good 4th to Cheerful Days last time over the 1650. Joe Moreira has ridden him 5 times, 2-2-1-3-1 on the horse. And of course, he'll be doing his best going out for another Jockey's Championship. Main threats in selection, probably Money Catcher making his first visit to the city circuit, and last time winner Enjoying. But hopefully Savaquin will win because he deserves it. He's run well this season without winning.
Yeah, Steve's best bet will be race 4, number 3, Savaquin. He is a very consistent horse, especially with Joe Moreira on board. And race 4 will be another race that in small field, but not easy. So Joe, can you tell us more about race 4? Do you have your best bet here?
Yeah, my best bet's also in the same race. I took Money Catcher. He's been in the 4-year-old series and has got 3rd at big prices the last 2 times. Now he hasn't won since he was in New Zealand, so it's the same case for Savaquin. So we're gonna have the 2 favorites going at it as our best bets in this race. But I mean, both of them you could make a case for. I just went more for Money Catcher because of those last 2 performances, especially behind Romantic Warrior and California Spangle. And then on top of that, Rocket Spade, who won the New Zealand Derby, he was also in that race. So I think going in a competitive Class 2 race, especially over 1,800, seems like the distance that he wants. He has been mostly getting on the board around those middle distant races, especially 1,800. And I think it's going to suit him more for Happy Valley. I know he's draw number 7, but I think he could overcome the draw. So number 2, Money Catcher with Derek Loom.
Yeah, so Joe also has his best bet in race 4. That will be number 2, Money Catcher. I think that he is one of the most strongest 4-year-old in Hong Kong currently. So I think that race 4 will be very interesting with number 3, Savaquin, and number 2, Money Catcher, selected by Steve and Joe. And for my best bet, I just mentioned that in race 7, I like number 11, Durham Star, because I think that this time jumping from gate 4, I hope he can take advantage of it. And also we see that there is a good partnership for jockey Lyle Harrison and trainer Douglas West. I hope that this partnership can also have another win on this Wednesday. So recap our best bet. Sara goes for number 5. Sara go for race 5, number 11, Firebolt. Steve goes for race 4, number 3, Savaquin. Joe's best bet will also be in race 4, number 2, Money Catcher. And my best bet will be race 7, number 11, Durham Star. So how about our value bet, Sara? Who will be your value bet?
My value bet comes in at race 2, which is a Class 4 under 2,200 meters. It's quite a long race, but I'm going to go with the 8 here, Wonder Years. We get the Karis Teton aboard, so hopefully he brings me some luck. Jumping out of barrier 10, but he's jumping up in class. Again, he's kind of going back and forth between Class 4 and Class 5, but so with that jump, he gets quite a bit of a weight break. Hit a really nice, 4th place finish last time out. Really close margins. If you look at it at that 2,200 meters back in March, and just showed great form. It's quite a bit of distance going that far. So there's always a big question mark of if these horses can go with that deep turf route. But he showed exceptional form. Showed that he had the lungs to keep on going. And I just think you're going to show even more progression here. He's a very talented talented horse. And I just think with Karis Teeton and the weight break and the berry draw, everything just sets this horse up perfectly to see quite a good performance out of him. So that's the 8 Wonder Years and race 2.
Yeah, so Sarah's value bet race 2, number 8, Wonder Years. He will be carrying a lightweight in this long distance race. So this is a big advantage for him. And this stayer is progressing quite well and having quite good form recently. So I will be looking forward to him too. And Steve, how about you? Who will be your value bet?
I went to the last race on the card, race number 9. It's class 3 over 1,200 meters, and I went for number 6, Flaming Passion. He's on the career high mark, but hopefully he can land the finale under Matthew Chadwick. Been in really good form this season. Both career wins have come over course and distance, and he ran another good race last time when a third to the unbeaten Lucky Swainus. Goes up a pound, continues to run well, and will appreciate the good pace. I think Star Bright might well break, and I think we'll get decent odds as well with the likes of Lucky Archangel, Archangel, and Wild West Wing, both last time out winners. So hopefully, and Wild West Wing, another to consider in an exciting end to the 9 race card. But hopefully, Flaming Passion can get his 3rd win on the board.
Yeah, so Steve value bet will be race 9, number 6, Flaming Passion. I think that this horse is doing quite well recently in class 4, and also this time again ridden by Matthew Chadwick. He knows the horse very well. And Joe, how about you? Who will be your value bet?
It's funny, me and Steve have the same thing. I took the last race. I had a little bit of a change because I saw that what was in the last race, especially when you have Starbright number 4, Zach Purton as the odds-on favorite. So I think you could take him on, especially with myself and Steve's selections with a little bit of odds. I went with number 10, Wine and Wine with Cash Wong up, especially taking off the 2 kilos. Has been really consistent in the last 2 races. I mean, Eason was crying for a win and finally got one. And then Mercurial also against Stoltz, Special M, Harmony and Blessed. Especially with all the weight off his back, I think he'll be okay. He's drawn number 5. If we look at the pace just a little bit to see, I think he'll be a little bit off of it. Or actually, no, he's going to be the leader in this race. So maybe he could probably hold them all off. Especially with Starbright. I think you could take him on with a little bit of odds. So yeah, I'm gonna go with number 10, Wine and Wine with Cash Wong, and hopefully get the cash.
Yeah, good selection, Joe. Race 9, number 10, Wine and Wine. And I also agree that jumping from gate 5, he will be leading because he is quite a consistent leader with good gate speed. So looking forward to him. And for me, I will have my value bet in race 3. I like number 8, Humble Steed. Race 3 will be a class 5 race over 1650 meters. And my selection, Humble Steed. He had some step back last year, but after spelling for near a year, he returned last time out with quite good performance. He will stay in the front, and then he finished 6th in last. So I think that it was still quite impressive. I think so. I think it is impressive. And after a warm-up run, after a long spell, he will have his second up on Wednesday. I see that his track work performance recently, he is doing quite well. So hopefully his health is now getting more and more stable, and hopefully he can take advantage of the good draw gate 5 this time. He can also stay in a good position. So he has a chance to have some good performance here. So to recap our value bet, Sarah goes for race 2, number 8, Wonder Years. Steve goes for race 9, number 6, Flaming Passion. And Joe also goes for race 9. He likes number 10, Wine and Wine. And I will go for race 3, number 8, Humble Steed. So that's all for our prediction on this Wednesday's race card at Happy Valley. Hope you will enjoy the race on Wednesday and hope you like our show. See you next time on Saturday. Bye-bye.